What is up, everyone? This is Review It. I'm James.
And I'm Kelly.
And today we are reviewing Paranormal Activity, The Marked Ones. Yeah. It's the first movie of 2014. It is January. And January doesn't usually bring us very good movies.
Especially horror films.
Yeah. So, I'm going to go first. So
I will leave.
Okay, so this movie, it is the first part of a spin-off series from the Paranormal Activity movies. This is not part 5. It is like a part 4.5, maybe. Either way, it's not very good. I don't really enjoy this movie at all. There was maybe a couple of things about it, like the story. And when I say the story, I don't mean throughout the entire movie. The story is only good for maybe the first half of this movie. For a while, I was on board with it. I was actually starting to enjoy it. And I figured, maybe I could keep it at rent it. But as the movie continues, and even at some certain points of the movie, it becomes just a big joke. And part of this is due to the really cheap jump scares that are very predictable, and the acting, which is, less than spectacular, I guess. So, one negative point is the acting. None of these people in this movie I've ever heard of. None of them I will ever hear of again. Most of them just kind of seem to be there. They're just kind of stand-ins. They're just doing their job, getting the paycheck. And then my biggest gripe with this movie is the ending. And the reason why I don't like the ending mainly is because it is an attempt at being clever. It tries to tie all the movies together, and it basically felt like the directors and the writers were saying, "Hey, look at us! Look at what we can do! We're so clever and cool! Yeah!" They're not. It's stupid. It doesn't work very well. It's just not a very good attempt at tying it all together. So the ending was definitely a big thing for me. And it does cut to black like the rest of them. It is a sudden, it's over, thanks for your money, credits roll. But it's really the content of the ending that really hurts it. So now I'm going to invite Kelly back in. She's going to give her opinion, and then I'll come back for our final verdict.
So I also have a pretty strong opinion of this movie. Mainly, I just hated it. I did not like it at all. I thought it was a waste of time, completely stupid. The only redeeming factor in this movie, as James said, was the story. And like he said, the story is only good the first half of the movie. It kind of keeps you interested. I wasn't too afraid after seeing the first half of it. But then, once things are supposed to get scary, it just starts going downhill. Which brings me to my second point. The scare moments. They were terrible. There was maybe only one moment that possibly scared me. Other than that, they were just a very cheap attempt at trying to scare us. Some of them were just really stupid, so not happy with the scare factor of this movie at all. Was not scary. Another thing that I did not like about the movie is something else he has said, the acting. These people in this movie, you've never heard of them. You don't know who they are. You're never probably going to see them again in another movie unless they try to reuse them for the next Paranormal Activity that comes out. But, they were okay for what they were doing. This is a scary movie. You don't have to have that good of acting. But last thing, the end. I think me and James both had a horrible, horrible opinion of the end of the movie. Did not like it. Thought it was stupid. This movie's just irrelevant. It does not have to be in there for us to understand the franchise. Did not tell us anything new. It actually ruined one of the other movies for me that I actually liked. So, did not like the end of the movie. But I'm going to invite James back in and we'll actually give it our rate.
Okay, so since you have the marker, I'll hand it back to me. You can go ahead and give your opinion, and then I'll give mine.
Y'all already heard my opinion, but you can probably guess I'm going to say avoid it like a plague. I would not spend money on this movie. If you're going to spend money, spend it at the red box for $1. Then you can take it back when you hate it and don't want to ever watch it again. So
that's a big deal, because I don't think you're going to give Avoid Like a Plague to any other movie this year due to the fact that you're very generous.
Whatever.
But this is not the case. I've been contemplating what this movie should get, and like I said, halfway through the movie, I figured, man, this is pretty good. I would rent this, but by the end of the movie and realizing how ridiculous it is and how it just goes off the rails and becomes just a big joke, I'm stuck between Discount Bin and Avoid Like Plague, but I can't just be in the middle. I have to pick one. So if you are a diehard fan of this series and you just have to see this movie, rent it. Seriously, don't go see it. It's a waste of your money. but I'm not gonna. I can't really say that it's as terrible as Avoid It Like a Plague. So I'm gonna be generous, and I'm gonna say discount pin, because is it a good movie? No, it's not a very good movie. It's quite bad actually, but I don't know. It's not as bad as I have seen. I've seen much worse, and while I felt like this movie could have been a lot better, I didn't have very high expectations going into it, so there were a couple decent things about it, but I wouldn't really recommend it.
Don't get used to this. He does not do this often,
No.
so this is really generous for him, especially the fact that I gave a lower rating than he did. That
Yeah.
doesn't happen.
I mean, this is history in the making right here. You're probably never going to see that again, unless it's some Twilight crap. I don't know. Whatever.
Biased opinion.
Whatever. Anyway, that's all for us today. This is Review It. I'm James.
I'm Kelly.
See you next time.